down kneecaps. But this cop is like, hey, freeze, and takes out his entire leg. Like, poor dude just right there because of the shock. Like, come on. Which is why, again, knee shots, elbow shots, something that'll cause pain, but you'll live. Hi, how y'all doing? It's your girl, Alki Queen. Today, I'm super petty Betty. But I'm back with a new liquor. Before we go any further, please hit this button, thumbs up, alright, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, okay? Here we go. I have something new. This is reggae black cherry Splashscato, so I'm assuming it's a type of Moscato. All right, and it's a twist top. All right, $7.99. Okay. Oh, I thought I had to call my husband. Open. Oh, I had a little protective seal up here too. Oh, okay. Alright, and I got my wine glass. Okay, it smells like a Moscato. Alright, nothing special there. This bottle is cold and I'm wearing shorts, so no big special smell. Doesn't taste, or I'm sorry, doesn't smell like a black cherry. Pretty sure. Getting ahead of myself. It won't taste like one either. I waited a whole 24 hours for this. I mean, it's sweet. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't smell like black cherry. I mean, the bottle is a little problematic, y'all. Feel the beat of the beach when you twist open a bottle of Splashscato. An eruption of sweet fruit and black cherry pops out of your glass. Cheers, Mon. Easily grape wine with black cherry juice. Oh, fuck you, Indiana. That's probably why your congressman just blurted out some of the vote. We're not going to get political here. Y'all are here to talk about shows and disappointing liquor. So this week, I decided to watch anime. I feel like I've been slacking. And so I watched ID Invaded. All right, I only watched the first 3 episodes. I know it's been out since 2020, but there's been other shows. I mean, I could drink this while watching my anime, but nothing too. $7.99. I mean, if I couldn't find anything else, like gun to my head, they made me pick between this and something else, and I. Anyway, ID Invaded. After watching the first 3 episodes, it's like a psychological thinking type mystery. Here, all right, here. Let me just start off. All right, so episode 1. All right, this guy, he wakes up, but his body is not connected. It's all like discombobulated, disassembled. Like he was just brought home from fucking IKEA and he needs to be put together. Okay, so he starts freaking out because, of course, like, is he dead? Does he know he's dead? If you're dead, do you know you're dead, or do you know that you're dying? Like, that is a question that I need to ask somebody else clearly. Okay, so he gets up and he assembles himself. He gathers his bearings. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to freak out. I'm just going to have a look-see around. So as he takes a first step, he falls through the floor. And he's in like this MC Escher-like world. He uses his partially assembled, partially disassembled arm as like the back grapple, and he grabs hold of a ledge from far away, and he gets up there, and for one reason or another he knocks on the door. You know, that's a polite thing to do, I guess. So yeah, he knocks on the door, and then the door's locked, so he maneuvers his assembled arm under the door, and he unlocks it, and then he goes in, and then there's a body. There's a body. Right when he sees the body, he's like, oh, that's Karu. Oh, by remembering her name, I remember my name is Splashscato. Don't remember my last name, but I know I'm the brilliant detective. Such awesome writing right there, guys. Actually, if I was already kind of drunk, I could get down with this. We would have to change this guy on this bottle, but if I was already fucked up, I could get down on this. So in reality, Splashscato is looking for a murderer. All right, and this murderer, codename the Perforator. All right, now Splashscato is in this MC Escher-like world, when it's really just a police station, and it's like a teleportation device. It's the best, simplest way to describe it. It's a teleportation device, and they call it an idwell. IDWELL. Okay. I don't write this shit. I just tell y'all about it. All right. I feel like because I keep drinking this more and more, it's why it's getting better and better. It's like some Food Wars type thing. I don't really like that. All right. And this idwell creates a world from, they call it particles that a cereal leaves behind. This is very futuristic technology. Okay, people. Cognition particles. There you go. Took me a minute. All right. So this guy, the Perforator's mind, is broken and fragmented So that's why it looks like MC Escher and why Splashscato was not all the way put together. So Splashscato finds another room inside this, I don't want to call it a fantasy world, but that's what it is. It's fantasy world. So in this room, there's other people. And these other people are in the same room with Kairu, and they're like, hi, who are you? We don't know who you are, but welcome. They were so super chill. Weird. And so the police in the real world, they're analyzing, looking at photographs, and they're like, oh, these people are the victims of the perforator. And then one of the guys are like, hey, there's somebody in the reflection. I don't know if Splashscato picked up on him yet. Let's zoom in on that. And zoom in, and then they're like, oh, that's John Walker. And I'm like, okay, who the fuck is John Walker? He's dressed like a circus ringleader type guy. Can't even see his face. It's all blurry. Like, okay. So in the outside world, they have field analysts that have this little gun type thing, and I'm gonna butcher this name, but it's called the Wakumasari. All right, and that picks up the cognition particles of a. All right. So back in the dream world, Splashscato was like, hey, let's put these pieces together. This is a puzzle. Let's put the pieces together. So then he puts the pieces together and it spells out Takioka. I believe I said that wrong, but I've heard it before in other anime. I know it's food. Okay, so Hondomachi and God, see, I forgot his name. I forgot his name because I don't really care for him. He seems like the very cliche cop, and this is an anime, so I'm gonna need like a partner, a veteran partner, not to fit the stereotypes of American cop shows, but this is what this guy is. So I forgot his name. It starts with an M. It'll come to me later, people. He's like, stay here, Hanamachi, because even though you're an officer, you're a rookie and you're a girl. Like, that's not what he said, but that's the vibe I'm getting. You're a girl and you're a rookie, and I'm a big old macho veteran, and I need to protect you. And it's that mindset that gets her fucked up. Because while food is, in my mind, the number one bringer downer of crime people, suspects, it's females. Females and food, the two F's that fucks everything up. All right. So episode 1 ends with Hondomachi getting materialized into the world, and this bitch is so super chill. She's like, yeah, whenever you're done here, could you leave? You're not part of this family. Now, episode 2, like, kind of a little bit overlaps in the kidnapping of Hondomachi, but like the perforator, all right, named Fukuzawa. I don't know why I got Fukuzawa in my name, but we're going to call him that. Or we could just stick to the perforator. But whatever. All right. Like, he does some Silence of the Lambs type, Hannibal Lecter type shit. Like, he already had a victim tied up in the basement or whatever of his house. And so then he finagles it to makes it look like he's the victim when the police like bust in, and then the actual real victim has a drill like taped to his hand. He can't say anything. And like, yo, I'm all for taking out kneecaps, but this cop is like, hey, freeze, and takes out his entire leg. Like, poor dude just right there because of the shock. Like, come on. Which is why, again, knee shots, elbow shots, something that'll cause pain, but you'll live. But no, you just, his whole leg, and then the shock literally does him in. So, yeah, it turns out the perforator has secret hideouts throughout the city. And while they're looking for him, all right, Hanamachi's partner goes to the perforator's house, and you see all these numbers just written all over his wall. Like, what? Okay, and then in the dream world, perforator is like hiding inside Karu's body. Like, can you even possess it? Well, I mean, it's your dream world. I guess you can do whatever the fuck you want. Okay. Now you see the perforator got a drill in his head. Along with the drill, like, part of his face is burnt. Who knows what happened there? And then back in the dream world, everybody just starts getting scared out of nowhere. And it turns out they're scared of Mr. Circus ringleader himself, John Walker. For one reason or another. Like, he has a cane and a top hat. He ain't exactly a pimp, in my opinion. But, okay. But it turns out the perforator drilled his own head. He sees that as helping. So he wants to help other people by giving them matching holes. He told Handomachi that, you know, they don't die right away. Some of them live. I mean, so then when Handomachi was like, yo, you want answers to these questions, I'm gonna need you to shut that drill off. You want to know how my little Waku whatever thing works, you shut your mouth when you talk to me. And so then Shichas ends up drilling her own head, essentially creating her own idwell, which in turn allows the brilliant detective Sakaito to enter. And apparently he can die in that dream world, landscape, dreamscape. He can die. But it doesn't matter because it's only his brain, right? Dream, because they like reinsert him back in the dream world. Yeah, it's I mean, they were able to find Hanamachi. Good for her. She lived, you know, drilling her own head. And the perforator was like, hey, yo, you helped me realize what I was doing wrong. Instead of me forcing them to do it, I should have just held the drill and told them to do it. Anyway, Sakaito, the brilliant detective, his real name is Narishigo. And it seems like him and Momoki, the guy in charge of the investigation or whatever, seemed like they were friends. After they closed the perforator case, he went to go talk to him. And they had a nice little it was a tense rapport, but seemed like at one time they were friendly. And then Toga, the female, was talking to the old man, who's like the lead charge guy, was like, hey, I didn't believe John Walker was real at first, but seeing how this suspect and everybody else react to him, yeah, John Walker is real. And I'm like, bitch, it's you. I don't even know what else is gonna happen, but it's you. It's your fault. You're involved. And I think the old man's involved too. Only because I don't trust old people. And I know animes have a very poor habit of making their characters appear older than what they are. But I do believe, like, this police chief is up there in age, so I do not trust him. So, but Toga did say something that I think it's might be true, that John Walker somehow affects these killers. Like he makes them kill, or makes them have the urge to kill. I can see that, because why would he obscure his face, and why were these people scared of him? So I believe that. We'll see what else bitch may say that turns out to be true, because you're involved. And I don't trust females. As a female myself, I don't trust the only other female in any type of show. Like, I trust Handamachi more than her, only because she got hurt. So, and yeah. Episode 2 ended with Narishigo dreaming about Karu, or talking. It was weird, but he's like, maybe next time Sakaito can save you. Even though, like he said, like, I know it's not my daughter. Like, I get it, because episode 3, find out that you could tell he's in jail with pictures of his wife and daughter, that they're clearly gone. But you find out, his daughter died brutally by the hands of a serial killer. His name was the Challenger. Like, he fucked baby girl up. Like, her heart, her spleen, her liver exploded. I bet she goes in jail for absolutely dog stomping the shit out of the Challenger. Hopefully I find out next episode. We'll see. But this episode, they're looking for a serial person. They have codenamed him the pyrotechnician. He liked to explode buildings with beautiful and elaborate fireworks. So Sakaito goes inside a well, and in this well, he's in a tower, and there's a sniper who's just pew, 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 pew. Everybody. Sakaito dies 28.25 seconds in. And then meanwhile, in the real world, you got, see, look, his name still hasn't come to me. Like, I swear I don't like him. I don't like Handamachi's partner, but he visits her in the hospital. Was like, hey, how you doing, kid? Just take it slow, take it easy. And then Handamachi was like, hey, I created a well, right? I wonder what's that light going in. And he's like super hell-bent on her not becoming a brilliant detective, because he said in the first episode that one of the qualifications to be a brilliant detective is you had to somebody. And so he told her then, you don't want to do that. And the fact that she created an idwell further proves her qualifications for that. So then Hanamachi was like, hey, I wonder what it's like to go inside your idwell. And her partner was like, it's forbidden, or it's prohibited for you to dive inside your own idwell because you are unconscious. And if you go inside your own idwell, then your consciousness would be made aware of the unconsciousness. And then you would, all right, long, basically to the way that I gathered it, the way I'm going to sum it up for y'all, is if you dive inside your own idwell, that upon your mind realizing its subconscious and its unconsciousness and consciousness coming together, your mind would collapse upon itself, and then you would just stay inside that world forever. So your body would decay and erode and die, but your brain would live on in the idwell. So I guess you would be in like a perpetual dream. So, but then Handomachi said something that was very chilling. Partner asked, how you feeling? She's like, I'm angry. I'm angry at all serial killers. Oh yeah, the doctor said the drill removed some of my frontal lobe cortex, but it didn't affect anything like anger or love. Bitch, you sounding a little... You might need to check yourself. Hey. As the police are looking for the pyrotechnician, they find more cognition particles. So they go get Narishiro, and as he is walking past to get to the idwell, he walks past Fukuda, the perforator. He's like, hey, yo, where are you going, homie? And, you know, Narishiro's just going to ignore him like, bruh, own lane right there. Me and mines, we cool. So then, boom, he's in the tower. And he's looking, and he's like, hey, there's something wrong with Karu's body. And then he sees some guy was like, hey, I'm done. This is not, no. So then he runs to the edge of the tower and he jumps off. So then Sakaido, he's like, okay, I gotta figure this out. Something ain't right. So then there's this woman who is rightfully freaking the fuck out. She's like, hey, what are you gonna do? What are we gonna do? Jumping is better than waiting for this. And then he's like, hey, yo, do you, as long as you're quiet about it. I'm like, that's kind of mean. Like, that was really mean. Like, I would have said it something a lot nicer. But then he figured out what was wrong with Karu's body. The tower was moving. But you couldn't tell that the tower was moving because the sun was directly above it. And you couldn't see no shadows. And then right when Sakaido realized that, you just heard somebody screaming, keep going, run in different directions. And it's this guy who's crawling around. And that's already sus. Because, like, yo, you're the only one that's calm, cool, collected, telling people to crawl around. Like, granted, there's Sakaido, but y'all already know that he wasn't there in the first place. So the Splashscato was like, so you're just going to keep doing all of this, running around till you're the sole survivor? And then what? A whole new, like, fresh batch of fish is coming. The guy looks up and smiles at him like, hi, you figured it out. Turns out it was this guy who was in the military. He was a soldier. I forgot his name. It'll probably come to me sooner or later. Fuyuka. That's his name. He had plastic surgery to change his face. Okay. There was an explosion. He was a photographer. And this explosion had a profound effect on him. He wanted to recreate that explosion that took place 4 years ago. Because of the recent explosions that he was doing, he would pretend to be a journalist and take pictures. But the pictures that he was taking was of people in the crowd. Like the people on the phones documenting the explosion that he had done. And he wasn't happy, or who knows? It's hard to tell. He said that life and death have no meaning. It's all meaningless. He did it to show people their flaws. But Norishiro was like, you did it because you liked the bodies. You did it because you just wanted to do it. Like, again, Norishiro does a Hannibal Lecter type deal. Remember the first time Clarice goes in the jail to see Hannibal, and then you got Mims just on her face. Yeah. And then what did Dr. Lecter do? He and then what did Mims do? Yeah, this is what Fukuwa did. Norishiro talked him into killing. Yeah, and he felt no remorse for it whatsoever. Which begs the question, how did he do in the Challenger? Because I already have it in my mind that he got revenge on the person that did that horrible thing to his daughter. I don't know if he did it to his wife, but his daughter for sure. Who knows how the wife went out. But he did it to his daughter for sure. So, did he use his silver tongue? Or did he do what cops usually do? But I will be finishing this anime. Because it's very interesting. And because I can follow it, I feel just a teeny bit smarter. Alright? Y'all, this was okay. Alright? The fact that I'm still drinking it and it's getting me a little 5 out of 10. $7.99. So yeah, I give it a 5 out of 10. Alright, y'all, stay safe. Please, 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 thumbs up, subscribe, follow, comment, and share this bitch. Alright, please. I love you. And stay drunk, everybody. Bye.